Yeah, Weber went back to Montreal with a lower body injury. Right. Hey everyone, it is Ben back again, and this time the Habs get the win, the fourth in a row, or is it fifth? Might have been fifth, against the Florida Panthers, beating them by a score of 4-1. And what a game it was, but let us start from the very beginning. And the first shots were a bit favoring Montreal, not terribly, 11-7 in favor of Montreal. And the Habs came out of the first with the 1-0 lead off of a goal from Andrew Shaw. Collected a rebound from a Galchenyuk shot, puts it in the net to put the Habs up 1-0. That was most of the first. Nothing too much to say. But in the second, it was when Florida really started to turn it on and outplay the Habs like a lot. They ended up outshooting the Habs 15-6 in that period. And this is when rookie goalie Charlie Lindgren started to earn his keep last night. He coming in his first NHL start of the season, his last NHL start coming about a year ago. And he looked solid all night, but especially in the second period. There were a few saves that kept the Habs in the game as they were kind of struggling to find their rhythm as the second period went on. But also in the second period, Jonathan Marchessault ties the game up by getting the goal for Florida. Pretty great story. That was his 30th goal on the year after only having, I think it was 8 goals in his entire career prior to this season. So he has had a crazy breakout year, so I'm not terribly disappointed. It's a good story for him. That's great. So we go into the third tied 1-1, but it would not stay that way for long because Arturi Lehkonen, about a minute and a half into the third, rips an absolute blast of a wrister top shelf in and out of the net before I could even see it, past Reto Berra. I doubt he even saw it, and gets a goal to put the Habs up 2-1. And then later on in the game, he would get his second of the game to give the Habs a 2-goal lead. After Byron had kind of, you see Byron break up the ice, get a puck between the two Florida defensemen. Oh my God, he's got the speed, he's on a breakaway, he's going to shoot, and he makes the move. He has Berra beat, but then he misses the shot. But then Lehkonen coming in like a freight train, picks up the rebound off the end boards and just blasts it top shelf and gets the Habs a 3-1 lead. And sure enough, with about almost a little under 2 minutes left, the Panthers pulled their goalie, and Alexander Radulov gets the empty net goal, put the Habs up 4-1, and that would be the final score of the game. Final shots ended up being 32-31 in favor of Florida, so Florida slight edge there, but that was mostly their second period that boosted that number up. They had a really good second, and around that wasn't so great. But Charlie Lindgren looking great in net for the Habs, giving Price a little night off. He looked solid as he's been all year in St. John's. And with the win, the Habs clinched the Atlantic Division. And that also means now they are guaranteed to be playing the Rangers in the first round, which I am A-okay with because they have swept the season series this year, and Lundqvist, his record against the Habs is friggin' horrible, and Price's record against the Rangers is very, very good. This could be some fun revenge for a couple of years ago. Oh, it could be. I'm really looking forward to that first round. But specifically this one game, a couple players. Dwight King actually looked like he was a player alive on the ice for once. He actually had a few decent chances that I noticed after he got a couple against Tampa, but he actually looked pretty damn good on that fourth line the other night against Florida. Nesterov, first game back, I think since they said it was since February 27th, so he had some struggles early on in the game, then he figured it out as the game progressed, and he looked all right. All in all, the Habs just trucked through another big win to get the Atlantic Division title. Missing Weber back home, Price was out, Lindgren was in, and they still got the win. It was a whole lot of fun to watch, and I'm hoping they can just keep this going. We got Buffalo tomorrow, which should be a win, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.